So let's start. So at the beginning of the game, you want to make a plan. Like, what pathing are you taking and why?
So I don't know what I did this game, but I think I wanted to path towards bot lane because I don't see Malphite Mundo. I
Yeah,
think Mundo actually got like 2 early kills or something. So I wanted to start Echo's red.
you wanted to
But
wait.
if
You
I were
wanted
to
to.
redo it, I would probably start blue buff and then work my way towards bot because there's no way I see myself killing an Ezreal mid lane with Lux unless she lands her snare. And I feel like, Swain Tristana has good engage versus a Thresh Kai'Sa, right?
Yeah, you're spot on. So are you saying you didn't do that this game though? Like now you know.
I didn't. If you want to watch, I
Oh,
think I went to the red buff.
okay. There is the main reason you would do a red buff is level 2, level 3 gank bot,
Yeah,
or you're planning to invade Echo. Echo's pretty weak early, right? Compared to you, especially. So
yeah.
oh, you actually do that invade. That's good too.
So yeah, I think they die here.
Yeah, not really your fault. Yeah, not really your fault. I would say you can't really predict their invade because they're not that strong. So your team actually is strong at level 1. So if you wanted, you could have invaded their blue or something. But yeah.
Oh, how do I get it to just stay on me?
Oh, I don't actually know. I mean, here you can break screens, but I think it moves sometimes.
Okay.
Yeah. You smite that?
Yeah, I accidentally spited that. Actually, I I was like, did I accidentally press a F here? I
Okay.
don't know why I did that. Yeah, no, I don't know why I did that. I thought the same thing when I did it in game.
uh,
So I try level 3 gank here, but
yeah, it's good.
I saw Echo walk to his top side,
Yeah.
so I think honestly it was a bad play on
Oh,
my part. I think I should have just left.
no, it's good. The bad part is the chase. So you go.
Okay.
You understand what I mean? Like, because when you saw Echo, right? He
Yeah.
was like at Raptors red, kind of like that, and you're in
Yeah.
like the tri brush, right?
Okay.
So you need to take a mental note of the time, like the what do you call it, the distance between you and him. That's about the time you. That's about as much time as you have to do the gank. So the time it takes Echo to get to you, yeah, like I don't actually know how much it takes. Maybe like 5 seconds or something for him to reach you, like your position. Like so you need to make a mental note. Like okay, I'm gonna gank Mundo. I'm gonna auto him for like less than 5 seconds, and after that 5 seconds, I need to leave because Echo is gonna be right there for a counter gank. If that makes sense.
Right. Yeah.
So your gank was fine because you had red buff. You're behind him, right? He's Mundo's pushed in. You're not gonna kill Mundo, right? Remember? Well, actually, you got actually kind of close, but you're probably not gonna kill him. Remember that's what you said before. Like top lane is probably not the best. Like you recognize that you're not gonna kill him, but you also recognize that you don't need to kill him. You just need to relieve pressure from your Malphite and that might help you defend your blue side because Echo might try to like invade your blue, but really your Graves. So if you were full HP, like you actually died. If you just poked what do you call it, chunked Mundo out a bit and then left, I think you'd be healthy enough that you could take your blue side if you wanted. Yeah. But the main thing is what I said is you have to make a mental note, right? So when you saw Echo, you need to make a mental note, like how long will it take Echo to reach you, and then that's how long you have to fight Mundo before you have to leave. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, but yeah. And Echo's like one of the king of counter ganks. So, but if you know he's there, then this should never happen. Yeah.
I go back to my top side here because I know that he's not going to take my bot side.
Yeah.
So.
How do you get? Oh, you got a kill on the invade or assist on the invade. I would contest the crab. You're not contesting the crab. Why not? Why aren't you contesting the crab? Yeah. Why didn't? Okay.
I think I was just a little scared of him because he's 0-0-3 and he just got a kill. So I guess my logic there was like.
But you have to realize.
If I go there, then I might die, and if I die, like I had pretty much lost jungle, right?
But let me tell you why. There's no way you die. Because he has 3 assists, but the assists mean nothing unless he recalls, right? He hasn't recalled yet. He has no items. You have no items. He's level 3. You're level 3. So he has nothing over you. You're strong. I remember Graves is stronger than Echo early game. I mean, it depends how you guys fight, but generally speaking, you're stronger than Echo early game. So you should, and you just spaced, so you were full HP. He was probably like 80% HP or something. So yeah, definitely I would have gone for that crab. Push him off the crab, then I would have possibly warded your blue, and then go for the block crab as well. And you need to be pushing your limits as Graves, or like as aggressive as possible. Even when you die, you keep being aggressive if you can. Obviously, you don't want to be like in team, but yeah. I think he actually got both crabs. I think so.
Yeah, he got both.
Yeah. You want to say something?
Yeah. Yeah, you got both.
Oh, yeah. Did you want to say something or?
Oh yeah. I was gonna say one thing that has helped me. I was hard stuck like gold 2, gold 1 for like 50+ games, but then I started. I think the biggest thing that got me to plat. I mean, I know plat's not good. I want to shoot for diamond 4, but like, it's like seeing if the jungler's ganking bot side, I go top side and take their jungle, right? And I just leave my top side jungle open because.
Yeah, your
jungle. If I take their red side, then my blue side's still going to be up, regardless.
Exactly.
And so, just constantly doing that whenever they fuck up a gank bot, or just knowing where they're at and counter jungling has helped me out tremendously take leads.
Yeah.
But this past day I've been in plat 4. It's like the game's changed completely. Like
because what you said
I feel like I'm constantly being invaded. Or like I'm constantly being counter ganked.
Yeah. Well, because you're versus better players. So what you told me, like how you got to plat, that's very, very basic. Like if you see someone on the opposite side, of course, in my mind, it's like of course you're gonna take their stuff. But when you get to higher up, that's just the basics. Like everyone, like they'll expect you to take it as well. Like well, I don't know about plat 4, but a little higher up, they'll like kind of expect you. Like if they gank bot and their top camps are up, they'll kind of expect you to take the top camps already. Like, that's just the standard. So that's kind of why I said I would have gone for the crab, and then I would have warded my blue and gone for the bot crab, because when you go for the bot crab, like, I mean, you didn't do it this game, but if you went for the bot crab and you walk through mid, right, he can see you, right? And if he's any good, he should know that your blue buff is up, so he might go for your blue buff. So that's why I said ward your blue buff and go for the bot crab. So you kind of see everything. Everything's in your control in that case. There's like more. It gets more advanced. The higher you go, the kind of the pathings you're gonna take. And the kind of.
Here I have I have nothing up on the map, right? So my first thought is either look for a gank bot mid and try and get dragon.
Yeah, the problem is you see Ezreal walking down, right?
Yeah, I saw Ezreal walking down, but I know that he's super weak. and I'm pretty sure he was typing in chat, like, he typed something in chat where, like, he was basically mental boomed at, like, what is it, 6 minutes?
Okay.
So I was like, if this guy walks down, he's just gonna end.
Okay.
So I
But
get off drag. Yeah, I saw him
Okay.
come.
Yeah. I would feel much more comfortable when Lux comes back. Yeah. Okay, yeah, or like that. But
So
do you know where Echo is right now?
I don't. I assume that he is probably topside because our bot sides were both down and his bot lane's getting shoved. He was also dueled with Mundo, so I assumed he was just gonna sit topside, especially Mundo up 3-0.
Hmm.
That was my initial thought, not knowing what's gonna happen next.
Okay. I mean,
Um,
I would just be. I'm kind of just not confident where he is. Like he could be bot, he could be top. That's my thinking.
Yeah. he did end up showing bot.
Oh, you get hit by Ezreal? Oh, or
I did, yeah.
okay.
This was kind of weird.
You're waiting for your E? Oh yeah, you know E.
Yeah, it was on like a 12-second cooldown.
He doesn't care about you. Okay.
No, I think he ends up dying.
Okay. Okay, can you go back? Sorry, can you go back? I want to see how to go back.
Yep.
Okay, you get the kill. You walk.
So she hit
Yeah.
6 because Thresh left lane, and then
Yeah. But why even go there to recall in the first place? Why not go back where your team was?
yeah, I don't know. That was kind of
Yeah.
stupid on my part, to be honest. I think I guess like in the moment, right? Like it's a little bit different once you look at a game versus when you're
Yeah,
in the
yeah,
moment.
yeah,
I guess in the moment, maybe I thought Kaisa wasn't here because Thresh is dead. Echo can't do anything. The lane's pushing. Like I thought she'd just back, but I guess she just sat here,
Yeah, okay.
which is smart on her play because she got a kill out of it. But
Yeah. I mean, she even
I guess
worded
that's
it.
what was going through my head. Yeah, she did word it, and I didn't have E up, otherwise I wouldn't have flashed. So I guess can I skip ahead a little bit?
Yeah, whatever you
Kind
want.
of
yeah.
like, okay. So I'm gonna go towards like around here. Because I feel like this is like where I start to, not understand what I'm doing really.
Okay.
Like, I've noticed that like, it's important obviously to get objectives, but it's really important to like cause pressure on the map because it gives you the ability as a jungler to.
Yeah. Well, you just look at
get
that fight
pressure
itself.
on-
You kind of just wasting your ult, right?
Yeah. Do I need to save my ult or do I need to use it sooner?
No, just don't use it because you're not gonna kill Mundo, right? So
Yeah.
the ult does nothing. Like now you don't have it, which like cooldowns is part of the pressure, right? So now, and if they know you don't have it, then they have to be less scared of you as well, right?
Right. So yeah, so I usually do this. So like that scenario, I just start farming again because I don't think there's anything I can really do on the map, right? I guess I could go top and push this wave, but
No, farming's fine right now. Like yeah, I would even go take.
Okay.
I don't know how much gold you have. I would even go try to take the bot camps or at least the Gromp. You just left the Gromp there, right? Because if you're going bot
Yeah.
side, right? So you should take the Gromp because now you have no time to take the Gromp, right? It's all the way over there.
right.
But when you were at Wolves, like Gromp is pretty close by, so And like you skipped over, so now it's like 22 minutes. So like usually at these point in the games, it's not that hard to know what to do. It's mostly play around objectives and get your waves in good positions. So right now,
yeah, so this was mega, right? Like,
yeah, because you don't have Malphite, right?
Yeah. So I mean, yeah. So like early game, right? Obviously, like you said, like the ganking and stuff. Like I feel like I'm still figuring it out and like I'm learning from that. But I feel like I know you said objectives and stuff, but I feel like I'm just kind of like stupid when it gets past 20 minutes. If you know what I mean, like.
What do you know?
I know to farm, and I like when they start grouping, I don't know what to do. If I don't have any jungle camps up, like Baron's up, Drag's up in 2 minutes. You know, the lanes are just kind of like this. I'm just like kind of lost.
But the thing is, look, you have camps up. Like I don't know why you were mid. Not only do you have camps up, the enemy has camps up. And look at the bot wave. You have a bot wave to push. You can split push as Graves, or like you can control. Graves is really good at controlling waves himself. You don't need laners to do it. Like you can do it yourself, right? So there's lots of things you can do. Ideally, you don't want to fight into a team fight, or at least you don't want to start the team fight. You want Malphite to be there, or Swain to like possibly start it, or Swain to get caught or something like that. Yeah.
I just really wanted to kill the Kai'Sa there, which I guess now, looking at it, was not the right play. Because I knew that if we kill Kai'Sa, we get Baron. But me inting, let's get Baron.
Yeah, but how do you kill Kai'Sa? Like,
so.
you're talking about right here?
Yeah, so.
Yeah, but how do you kill
Lux and
Kai'Sa?
Swain are here. I'm here. Well,
Okay.
I know that I feel like I know my character well enough, in my opinion. Maybe not. But I know with 2 items on Graves, I feel confident enough to one-shot.
Yes. But my question isn't like, do you have the damage? But how do you actually like get to her? That's my question.
Well, I was gonna use Yomu's plus my E.
Okay, and then?
Right. So I think Swain. No, I pinged to go in. So Swain's here. Mundo's here. I know Mundo's not going to be a problem. Thresh is clearing this ward. She can't see me.
So the thing is, Mundo can be a problem
be
because he
able
can
to.
like block some of your autos, so he can be.
So I see us 3 here and me here, right?
Yeah.
So my initial thought is Kai'Sa's left open. She's too far away from Thresh, and Mundo's distracted by this Lux, right?
Well, Thresh has a lantern, right?
Yeah.
And Kai'Sa, she doesn't have ult here. I don't know if the replay's bugged, but
So
if
I should have seen Echo here and just left, right?
no, even without Echo, I don't think this is good. Like look right now, just pause right now, or if you look when you like came in, like there's a lot of what do you call it? A lot of things wrong. Once like I'll tell you when to pause on. Okay, I'll pause right now. Yeah. Look right here. I'm saying like yes, Kai'Sa's right in front of you, but look right next to her. She has 2 tanks, like 2 peelers, right? I'm saying even without Echo, like Echo is behind Mundo as well, right? But even without Echo, like how you gonna even auto her? Like Thresh Mundo walk in front of her, she walks backwards. It doesn't take that long for her to get into a good position behind you.
Right.
And I don't know if you knew that she didn't have ult or the replay's bugged, but if she has ult, even less so, right? She also has a stopwatch. I don't know if you checked that either. Like, look at your team.
See this.
Okay, look at your team also. That matters. So your team is kind of getting pushed back. So you usually, flanking Graves is strong in many cases, but it's usually strong if the carry's alone. So if Thresh and Mundo were near your team and away from Kai'Sa, then I agree with this flank. But as you can see, they're not. They're actually right next to Kai'Sa. And not only that, but if your team was applying pressure, like if your team was pushing up, like trying to CC Kai'Sa, then this flank looks better. But look at your team. Your team looks like they're kind of like running away. So that's why this is just not going to work out. So Graves doesn't really have CC, right? Or he has 1 W, that's his CC. So if you walk in here like this, you don't have any CC to lock down anyone, right? You just have to hope you dodge everything. Which, granted, you did dodge Thresh Hook, but even still, like Thresh Lantern, Stopwatch, Kai'Sa ult. I know she doesn't have ult now, but she walks behind Thresh and Mundo. Mundo walk up to protect her as well because Mundo has nothing to. He could continue throwing cleavers at your team, but he sees, they all see you, right? So as you see in the replay, right? They all just go on you, right? Because your team is not pressuring them. So the flanks are very what do you call it? Hard. Well, they're not. Well, they're kind of hard because you have to do it at the same time as your team. Like you have to go in at the same time as your team on, they're on the bot side right now. They have to go in at the same time. So if your team runs away and you go in, that's just done. Or if you get thresh hooked, even if your team comes to help, like you're dead anyways. Like they just kill you so fast. So yeah, this is working on like your flank plays. I think this one.
I should have just left after he missed the hook.
Yeah. He missed the hook. You still had your E and everything, your ult, so you just leave and no harm done actually, right? Yeah.
So they get Baron.
Yeah.
So here's the next fight. So they get Baron. Man, we were watching me play the game. I just do a lot of stupid shit now that I watch it back.
Yeah, it's the value.
Like, why
of
did
watching,
I do that? You know?
Yeah, the value of watching the replay. Yeah.
So, yeah.
You can go back. Why? Let's see.
So I think I walked up to smite.
Oh,
right?
I see. Yeah.
I think I got too close. I think I should have just let it be.
Yeah. Well.
So.
Yeah.
Let's see. I think I smite.
Oh. I mean, I think the smite attempt
Wow.
is good, but yeah, it's just unfortunate, honestly. I believe you guys are losing at this point in the game.
Yeah.
So you kind of had to assess if Dragon was even worth dancing around, which I would say no, unless you land a lot of poke. Because look at where your gold is. Your gold is like all on Lux right now, right?
Yeah.
So if Lux doesn't land her poke, you guys lose. That's kind of how you can assess, a team fight or a dragon dance. So it's not bad to give up that dragon if Lux didn't land her poke and then play. I mean, it's only the second dragon for them, right? So,
I'll go here.
yeah, or at least find a different angle. Like maybe try to go over the pit where they don't see you.
Right.
Yeah. I would say that's just your assessment of should you contest dragon or not.
He gets in a good ult here.
Yeah.
So I think this basically just won us the game. That fight.
Really?
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah,
we won the game
that's
off
pretty
this,
huge. Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
so
So
I ended
it-
up chasing here,
No.
which I shouldn't have.
Yeah.
I should have just done the Baron, but we ended up killing him. I'm pretty sure.
Oh.
Yeah.
Definitely would have done the Baron. You didn't kill him. But,
Oh.
I mean, you get the Baron anyway, so I guess that's fine.
So.
But it's kind of the mistake you made before you ulted Mundo. Like you're don't waste your stuff on Mundo. Basically, Mundo's not worth your time in most cases.
Okay.
Especially Graves. Graves is not a good tank killer. He's just pretty bad at killing tanks.
I actually get caught out here.
Looked okay to me, so let me see again.
So I tried saving Tristana because she got caught out, and then me trying to save her, I actually got caught out.
Well, you dashed in, right? Why you didn't have to dash in,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
No, but that looks a little more understandable.
I think by dashing in there, I thought if I E, I can quickly one-shot Echo, but he pressed R, which, I should know he's going to press R if he gets low or caught out, so
Yeah.
that's my bad.
Yeah.
So we lose drag here. What happens? I'm not sure.
I mean, most of what you're showing me is like team fights. Is that where you struggle? I
Yeah, so, I think it's kind of like... So I think we catch like Kai'Sa here and win, right?
okay.
I think Baron's up soon. Yeah. So yeah, I guess I would say late game team fight, late game macro.
Okay, because yeah, I think it's more macro because team fights are not. Well, okay, no, they can be a problem, but you don't really. What do you call it? Your team fights look fine, or like there's some mistakes that we talked about, right? Like your flank, or like hitting Mundo, which those things you shouldn't be doing, and things you recognize yourself, like yeah, probably should not commit to Echo, right? Things like that. It depends on the game for team fights. But I'm not. I'm kind of wondering why you're not looking at your macro more. Graves is more of a macro player. Like you don't play Graves to team fight. You play him for the macro game. Like you can control waves. You can counter jungle.
Right.
And team fights aren't a specialty, especially against tanks. So that's kind of why you wanted to flank, because ideally you want to hit Kai'Sa, right? You don't want to hit Mundo.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, but like the way team fights happen, how do team fights happen? That's usually a result of a macro game, like both teams trying to set up something, and then a team fight happens usually.
Right.
So you should be looking to control the map better first, and then you can get more favorable team fights, if that makes sense.
Okay.
But I mean, I don't actually know if you did anything right or wrong, because you only skipped to the team fights already, like before the macro game. So
Yeah, I mean, basically it was just a bunch of farming early game, and I knew that where I struggled in this game. I mean, maybe I can come back later after I play a few more games so we can reanalyze how I play Graves.
Well, like I mean, in this game, I can already tell you 2 examples of why you could improve. Is remember the Echo counter gank? I already told you. That's you need to because in my opinion that 2 of you should never have, or did both of you die? Yeah, you both died. You and Malphite. 2 of you should never have died because you had perfect information. When you have perfect information and you die, that's a really bad mistake on your part or your team's part. Because you saw Echo, right? And ideally Malphite also saw Echo. I don't know if he did, but you saw Echo. So that's just the problem with your threat assessment or like timing assessment, like assessing how long it takes Echo to come, right?
Yeah.
And then the second mistake was you let Echo double crab you, which again I don't think should happen, because in my, at least in my mind, you also have perfect information, because Mundo was low, so Mundo most likely recalled, so it will just be Echo there. And then like I said, it's a problem with your threat assessment. Like you thought Echo was really strong, so you didn't want to do the crab. But remember, I told you, Echo's not strong. He has 3 assists. He's level 3. You're level 3. You're stronger than him, even though he has 3 assists. Like he has to recall to build. So this is your assessment. And then, so what happened there is you gave him double crab when actually you could have gotten double crab in that situation. So I don't know if you just gloss over like your early game, but like early game is really important for Graves, because well, in general, early game is important because League is like a snowball game. So if you didn't die early and get Malphite killed early, and if you got 2 crabs, right? If you got all that, it's like this game is this is 36 minutes now. It would be much. If they have soul, like if you got all those, you should be ahead. Honestly, like at 15 minutes, like you should be closing this game out, in my opinion, especially because
Yeah.
you started Echo's red buff unpunished. Like that's not always gonna work. Like sometimes the top like Mundo will check or like they'll ward that, but you got that unpunished. That was already a huge lead for you. And Echo could not take your blue camps. Echo could not. He didn't take your red. He could have started your red like with his, but he actually started his blue. So once I saw all that, I'm like, oh, this is just a free game for you. But then it's your mistakes that throw away such thing that makes the game so close. Right now it's pretty close. It looks like a pretty close game throughout the mid and late game. Like you guys are like
Right.
1 or 2K ahead or behind. It's pretty close. You guys had like 1 or 2 dragons. I mean, now they have soul, but like throughout the game it was pretty close. But what I'm saying is fix your early game, and the game's not close. You just win. Like it's over. Like Graves is Graves scales fine, but generally you want to like dominate with Graves. Graves is like one of the like a dominating jungler, if that makes sense. Like he's an aggressive one. You should be invading Echo, pressuring Echo off of things and things like that. And then with that lead, that's how you scale into the late game. You scale because you have more CS, really. Like Graves is not. If you have the same CS as Echo, actually here you have less CS than Echo. But I'm saying if you have the same CS as Echo, that's not good. That's already not good. So you need to be like dominating as Graves. I mean, and looking at your OP.GG, like it does look like you're finding a lot of success with him. I'm just telling you how to continue having success with him at higher levels, because at higher levels,
Right.
you got the strength of Graves compared to other junglers like Hecarim, right? You play Hecarim. Graves is the main thing Graves has over Hecarim is his early game and his flexibility. So Hecarim usually just likes to full clear. I mean, there's some variations to Hecarim clears, but most of the time it's like a full clear. It's not very flexible. But with Graves, you can do anything. You could like you said, you could late invade like level 1. You could start his red buff. You could start your buff. You could do your buff into his buff. You could do 3 camps into his camps. There's so many options for Graves. So you got to really think about those options. I'm basically talking back to the Scuttle Crab, right? Remember the Scuttle? Scuttle Crab. Like you should push him off it, and then I don't know if you get the bot crab. It depends how fast if he see like though in my mind you contest the top crab, he sees you, he runs away from you, and then he goes to the bot crab, and then you let him have the bot crab. That's in my mind if you were both playing properly. But there is a chance that he fights you on the top crab. Because this is just plat 4, right? There is a chance he fights you, but you should win that. In my mind, you win that. So after you win that fight, then you also get the bot crab. So that's what I was thinking. Either way, it's a win for you. Either way, you get the top crab, and you might get the bot crab. But in your play is you just gave up both crabs to him, if that makes sense. So
I got you.
Yeah, that's why I'm like. I noticed that you showed me, a lot of team fights, but again, there's some problems with your team fights, but in my opinion, you fixed your early game, and then the team fights just become easier, just because of the gold difference. Like you'll have more gold, they'll have less gold. You might have more dragons or something like that. Not just you, right? Maybe your team will also have some advantage. I don't know. Like, yeah, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it does. I appreciate it, man.
Yeah.
I think I just need to watch more of my games and then, try and apply that early game pressure, like you said, and then everything else will kind of flow together.
Yeah.